Welcome back to Ask Allison. Here's today's question. How can I attract more clients? Short and sweet. Before I answer, I would like to thank TherapyNotes for sponsoring Ask Allison. They are the #1 rated electronic health record system available today with live telephone support 7 days a week. It's clear why TherapyNotes is rated 4.9 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot and has a 5-star rating on Google. TherapyNotes makes billing, scheduling, note-taking, and telehealth incredibly easy, and they also have e-prescribe for all you prescribers out there. If you're coming from another EHR, TherapyNotes makes it incredibly easy to transition. They import your demographic data free of charge, so you can get going right away. Find out what more than 100,000 mental health professionals already know. Use promo code ABUNDANT at therapynotes.com for 2 free months. So your question is pretty broad. And it's usually one that comes from brand newbies. So to liken it to something therapy-esque, it's like asking, how do I stop being anxious? New folks to private practice often ask this question of their private practice peers, and then they try to copy what their peers do, which makes sense, right? But that's like an untrained therapist trying to do EMDR. You can wave your fingers in front of my face, but it's not doing anything. The reason using the same marketing strategies doesn't work is because you're a different person with different interests, different skills, and a different client population. So without understanding the purpose of each marketing effort, your efforts are disjointed and they fall flat. So there are 5 things I believe to be necessary for all private practice clinicians in order to have full, healthy, happy businesses. The first is clarity about your private practice. I have a whole course in the Abundance Party all about this called Build the Right Practice. If you're going to do all the work of starting a business, I want you to build the right practice for you. I don't want it to end up feeling or looking like the agency that you're trying to get out of right now. Number 2, a niche. No, your niche doesn't have to be all you see, but your marketing, in order to be effective, needs to speak to a specific concern. When I had postpartum depression, the people who listed it among a bunch of other struggles, I didn't have any interest in seeing them. Why? Because when we're suffering, we feel really special in our pain. We feel alone. I chose the therapist who spoke exclusively about perinatal mood disorders. Seeing our experience reflected back to us helps us trust that you know what you're doing. Third is a really good website, a modern, clean template, copy that speaks to your ideal clients' day-to-day struggles, a confident, warm picture of you, and no paths or stacked rocks or crashing ocean waves, please. None of those. You need to use best practices for it to be effective. So if building a website sounds really awful to you, we can build it for you in a week. Go to abundancepracticebuilding.com/website. But you need a website, whether you have somebody else build it for you or not. Number 4, a networking plan. By and large, your practice will build from your relationships with people. It is the gift that gives for years and years and years. You buy coffee or you lunch instead of thousands of dollars in advertising cost. I think of networking as meeting new friends. You're ultimately just connecting with another person who may be a great referral source, who may not. But really, you're just getting to know them and they're getting to know you. And if you end up referring to each other, that's fantastic. I find that the referral sources that I met, 10 years ago, 9 years ago when I moved here, still refer to me and vice versa. A marketing plan is number 5. A website and networking, these are great pillars of that plan, but you need up to 3 more ways to market. Marketing is just making it easy for your clients to see you. It's not overly complicated, but you need to be using marketing best practices. You can't just make it up as you go or do things on a whim. If you want consistent referrals, you have to know if you're using social media, for instance, which you don't have to use, but if you want to, you need to know what to post to what platform. You need to know what's working the best, what doesn't work so well, and the differences between how you're posting to become like an influencer versus to get clients in your practice. We teach best practices for all the marketing strategies that work the best for therapists inside the Abundance Party. If you're serious about starting your practice, join us today. It's priced so that even if you're working in an agency right now, you can afford it. Today's free worksheet walks us through the purpose of the 5 most popular marketing strategies so that you can understand why you're doing them and thus do them more effectively. Because I don't want you spending any time marketing if it's not effective, and neither do you. All right. Have a really great day. If you have any questions for me for Ask Allison, please hit the link in my bio and ask away.